fellow Megatennists, and welcome to another episode of the Hello Fellow Megatennists podcast. I'm LaRue, and with me is Neb.
Hello.
Glib.
Yo.
And Spider.
Hello.
Happy New Year, by the way, everyone.
It's right here. We're January 1st, so everyone knows.
Yeah, this is going to take a while to edit down, so we might not get this out till February, but I hope you enjoy.
It's big ups to the Chinese listener base, too, because it's their New Year right now, right?
That was like the 25th of January, I think.
Yeah, same thing.
Yep.
That's when this is coming out, 25th January.
Yeah, I learned I'm the year of the dragon, so...
No, you're not.
Kind
you're
of a big deal.
You're like a rat or something. Their year of the wiener dog.
That's... There's a year of a trash can, that's you.
It's not an animal.
I mean...
I'm offended. This is bullshit.
Okay, Trash Panda.
I like dog piling Neb. That's
I'm also a dragon, actually.
woo! Double dragons.
Yeah,
Double
it's Billy
dragon.
Lee.
And then
what's his
Glib,
brother name? Whatever.
I don't remember. I want to know what Neb or Glib's sign is, but he doesn't want to give out any personal information. So.
I mean, you could just tell us the zodiac name, and it would be very difficult to track that down. That's like over like the 20-year span or whatever.
No, it'd be pretty straightforward. Well, like we would know which year he was born at least, and I think that's
Maybe.
yeah.
Wait. Actually, how old are you, Glib?
Their business. Oh my god.
We don't even know that, so yeah.
Digressions aside, there's like a lot of news because we've been away for a while. I think the first big thing is the interviews from the Gamatsu interview thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Wait, what interview?
Sorry, the Famitsu and 4Gamer interviews for Atlas
What?
about the 2020 ambitions.
Oh, that one.
Basically,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
sort
okay, I remember.
of yeah.
I saw the translations for that one. I got a little mad that they cut out Takada's statements for Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Just like the cutout, the good parts of the game.
Yeah, they just literally cut it out and didn't mention it. Just this like, hey, SMT5 news eventually.
I think it's because people really want SMT5.
Yeah, but no. TMS is there too.
I think the most interesting thing they say actually is not the SMT5 thing. It's the time towards the 25th anniversary of Persona 5 approaching in 2020. That thing is really interesting. 2021 is going to be a big year for Persona, I think.
Yeah, I think they'll do a lot of anniversary stuff like they did for Shin Megami Tensei. So, the West will never see any of the events, but, it's nice in a way.
I almost feel like we're more likely to get something in the West because it's Persona.
Maybe
At least merch, probably.
merch. Yeah, I don't know about the concerts or the plays or any of that stuff.
I could go the rest of my life without ever seeing a Persona play.
There was a play, like a stage play.
They have one for
Yeah.
There's a few, yeah. Talk about the 3 one, I think.
So
Talk about
long.
the 3s.
3, 4, and 5 all have one now.
That
So.
sounds terrible.
It sounds funny.
The
You wanna
story
watch
is the
that?
Sounds
worst
funny.
part of the game.
I want to see the actor that plays Koromaru. That's funny to me.
All right,
No.
he's on all fours in like a full furry suit,
Yes.
holding a knife
Maybe
in his teeth.
That is probably what happened.
Maybe that'll be the
Or
the thumbnail.
have you
for
seen the
this.
Lion King one?
No.
They'll do that.
Oh, those are actually kind of
Oh.
cool looking, to be honest.
I've never
'Cause
seen.
they
it. I've seen screenshots of the Shrek one.
Oh yeah, the nightmare fuel.
That one rules. Whoever thought that would be a good play that you could make people do on purpose he deserves a raise.
I mean,
They,
it's good. I don't know if there's anything else
There's
to
a-
say about the 2020 aspirations besides those two things are kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's like a hodgepodge of a bunch of different people. The honorable mention, Deadly Premonition 2 coming out. Completely unrelated, but
Oh,
That is cool. And
or
also,
at least they're
Tecmo is
announcing
making.
something about it. I don't know.
And the cool thing is that Koei Tecmo 2020 is the anniversary of Dynasty Warriors. So Persona 5 Strikers comes out on the anniversary. And I think that's funny.
that's an odd anniversary gift for a Warriors fan.
I mean, I think there's going to be more, but that alone is humorous to me. And I think Neo 2 is coming out, but not that I care about Japanese Monster Hunter.
Since we're talking about this, do you think the thing that Kamiya said about the thing about 2020 was for 101, whatever it's called, 101?
I think so.
Yeah,
100 wonderful 100,000 or whatever.
Yeah, whatever that dumb
Yeah,
stuff is.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think I think you're correct because this interview is from a little bit ago, and they're talking about what would be in 2020, and then recently the Kickstarter for that was announced, right? So he probably didn't want to spill
Funded
the
it
beans
today.
on that. Yeah,
I want to be banned by Kamiya.
I already am,
or
man.
Blocked.
I like the. I don't know if you saw. There's they have all the different That's one of the perks of the thing. Like you pay enough money, he'll block you. But then there's a perk for after they reach a certain thing, he'll unblock everyone,
Oh.
which is great. So I can call him a retard and getting it blocked for the second time in a row.
Did you really do that?
I didn't call him that. I said something else. I did something on purpose that I knew would get me blocked.
You just have to reply and he'll block
Pretty
you.
much, yeah. But this is a long time ago. You needed to piss him off a little bit more. Now he leans into the bit super hard, and he'll he's a funny guy. I like him.
Some hidden Neblor.
This is gonna be make me sound really like a pleb, but what did he do? Like Bayonetta or something?
Yeah,
that's what he did. Bayonetta.
Yeah. They did. They did Revengeance, I think.
Most recent Astral Chain.
Oh, I like those two games.
He did Resident Evil
think
2
that was
apparently
his-
also.
That was
Devil May Cry, Beautiful Joe, Okami.
Yeah.
Oh, I never played
I really
Okami.
did Okami.
It looked ugly.
Ugly? That's the all right. That's fate.
Madman.
That's fate.
It is good though. I want to buy it. I haven't
Sorry.
played it yet.
Yeah. So I guess the other interviews worth talking about too.
Is it?
Yeah, they're talking about it's more like future stuff. They're talking about the future of Persona.
Sorry, it's because I linked the Persona Central article and I cannot understand it.
Is this the Wada interview?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was a sad interview to read. He just seemed really not happy with how things turned out.
Good.
Well, they definitely overscheduled their workload.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, they had a lot.
I think that's part of the reason why they scrapped the story for the dancing games.
They did?
Yeah.
You didn't read the interview?
Well, I don't know if they actually had one, but I think they decided not to have one because of the other projects they had already started at the time. So they had Persona Dancing All Night, or no, Starlight and Moonlight, and then they had the Scramble collaboration, and what else? PQ going all at the same time.
I think the thing that makes it funny is that they talk about putting effort into the costumes for P3 and P5 dancing. And I'm like, that's what you wanted to focus on? But then I guess they want money, so.
It makes sense. I mean, if you look at how much that game was attempted to be monetized, it was their sort of microtransaction cash cow sort of thing they were going for.
I mean, they sold 50,000 units or something ridiculous.
Look, I didn't say they were going to sell the actual game itself. That's an important part of the strategy. You got to get people in the door first before you start. Get them with the little tiny charges.
Sorajima's assistants do most of the costume design, don't they?
Yeah, they talk about Hanako Aribe. She's like the one that did the cover art for the Persona 5 art book. Like she took the lead at least for Persona Q2 and the designs for P3 dancing and P5 dancing, the costumes. Too bad she didn't do a good job with the Pixie / Futaba. That's trash.
Wow.
She seems to really like brighter colors. I don't know if it's her colorist or what, but they're very neon.
I think she's the one that does the action-looking poses too, right?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm not too familiar with the assistants.
There's only 2 of them, so one of them is good at art, and one of them's good at action. One of them's good at fashion.
Oh.
So she's one of them.
Interesting combination.
Yeah, and then so that interview is kind of interesting. I didn't finish it, like as you can tell, because I didn't have a lot to say. But that's cool. They did an interview where they sound sad.
Yeah, well, what a
frustrated.
Yeah, he seems pretty frustrated. It seems like he's got a plan, though. I guess you can kind of hear it in the tone of the text.
Yeah,
of what they're going to do moving forward, because it seems like they know that whatever they're doing isn't quite working for them.
He's in a super difficult position. He has to be as good or better than the most popular Persona game right now. It's like, I wouldn't want to do that.
And then, opening up another studio, hiring a bunch of new staff to fill out those vacancies, and yeah.
So that good for him. He's gonna have a good rest of his time at Alice.
Hey, Wada's been there for a while.
Yeah, I think he's been there since Nocturne, right?
At least, yeah.
In talking about their hiring, did you happen to see that they put out a whole nother blast about wanting to hire more people, and they updated their hire site?
I just saw the link for the Studio Zero stuff. That was it. I didn't see the rest.
How many people are they looking for?
Young people, I guess. The average, they have some statistics down there. It's pretty interesting.
I think they were looking for an event manager or whatever they call that. And
I don't really understand the names of the positions.
The one of Kaneko's assistants actually explains it on the website that's interviewing the staff for Studio Zero. He explains the different positions and what they do. It's not translated, of course, though.
Oh, okay. I mean, the thing that I liked about the website is it has a whole bunch of stats. So, for instance, Atlas has 72% male versus 28% female population, with most of the staff being in their 30s or 40s. So the average age is 35.
Boomers.
That's pretty even, actually, from old and young staff.
Yeah, actually, I think the new hires is what changed the stats, because their ratio for 20% or 20-year-olds is 23%, and I think that's pretty high compared to what they seemed to have before. And they hire approximately 23 staff per year since 2016. So they're at like 300 something.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. And then they have like a little bit of a history thing where they talk about their creation up till now. Interestingly, they don't talk about how they got how they went bankrupt in the 90s, but they bring up the other stuff.
Everybody went bankrupt in the 90s.
Yeah, but Alice going bankrupt is funnier because they like spread themselves so thin. It's just an interesting little history thing. But their biggest thing that happened is they had a video on their header that kind of summarized the titles that they've done. Or I guess it's just kind of a thing to get you to understand what Atlas views as important or something. It has no name on the video or anything. It's just a video of a bunch of cuts from different games that they've done. And people got mad about it. I don't know if you saw, but people were like, they don't care about Persona, they don't care about SMT, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's because the English translation of what it was is a little misleading.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the comments of that post too, it's just like, oh, why are they focusing so much on Catherine and Morgana?
Because Catherine's the best game.
Yeah. And it's their most recent release.
Catherine is a good game. I wish there was more Catherine and less everything else.
Catherine at Evo again.
My favorite fighting game.
I don't know. So what do you guys think about it? I mean, does it matter to you or not really?
I mean, kind of interesting to hear a breakdown, but yeah, I mean, I think it'll be more interesting to see that that data when, I don't know, when they start to make more games, new games. Like, what does it look like when Persona 6 comes out or SMT, whatever, in the future? You know, if it gets shitty, we can be like, oh, all these young people are ruining it, or all the people are too old. Something like that.
It's going to be a combination of the two. All the young people are too old.
Yes.
You guys want to talk about some more stats? I don't know. I'm kind of in the statty mood.
No, but let's do it.
So the stats in regards to sales.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So I guess the first thing is Persona 5 Royal is ranked 24th as the best-selling game in Japan for last year. I think
that's really good.
Yeah, especially because it came out towards the end of the year, and also it's not a good game. So
it sold almost as well as the original, though.
The thing that's cool to see is when you look, there's a chart of like the remake sales, and I think the chart only takes into account Japanese sales.
Probably,
but didn't sell as well as Persona 3P or Persona 4G.
It still needs more time too, I think. But wow, that's
Yeah, I mean, it did really well for its first week. Like 200,000 units in its first week is pretty ridiculous.
Which ones is that better than?
Better than all of them, actually. The only thing that comes close is Persona 4G, which was 150,000 units in the first week.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah. So Persona is popular, I guess, is the thing that you want to take home from that.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Advertising does wonders.
It must be all the stage plays.
Yeah, it's all the stage plays.
I never heard about them before the play.
Another game also selling very, very well, Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Wow, never before has this phrase been stated. It's the first time.
If you couldn't hear from my tone, I'm being facetious. Yeah, it sold worse than the original, which is hilarious.
Oh, wait, so it didn't sell at all? What's going on here?
So the original on its first week sold 23,000 units, which was bad already.
That's a lot.
And that was a 2-day week as well.
Yeah. And then Tokyo Mirage Sessions Encore sold 18,000 units in its 3-day week.
So that was every person on Twitter that's been saying, give me a re-release of this game.
No one actually bought it.
One of them did that.
No, I think that part of this is there's too many statistics to really figure out why it did like this, but also we only have the Japanese sales tracked, and that's the Famitsu tracker thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for all we know, it sold really well everywhere else. Because in the UK, it was ranked number 11 in its opening week.
The Famitsu tracker also does not count digital sales.
Yeah.
And there also was a physical shortage of the TMS too in some areas.
Yeah. So there's a lot of what do you call it, layers, not unlike Shrek in the Shrek musical.
It's not surprising it didn't sell better though, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, imagine not marketing your game. Good job, Nintendo.
Yeah, right.
Did they even market in Japan or no? Because I know I saw nothing in America.
They didn't really market it in Japan either, from what I've seen.
I saw like a grand total of like 4 tweets from on their official channel. They didn't really do anything. I didn't really see a lot of people posting promos, because even Strange Journey Redux got a couple of what are those big things called? Billboards. It got a couple of billboard ads in Tokyo. And I didn't see anything, not even like Metro ads for Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yeah, Redux actually got a lot in Japan. It just got nothing over here.
It's because it sucks. But I'm just gonna hate every game that we talk about today. But in addition to that happening, something amazing happened with a game that no one thought was going to do well. 13 Sentinels got our Aegis Rim, I guess is the better way to call it. Sold 100,000 copies in Japan, and that's crazy.
This first week was bad.
I don't get that, because usually the first week is where they get most of the sales, right? Or that's like the...
Yeah, it usually is. I'm assuming, since I saw people talking about word of mouth really carried for the game, and that helped promote its sales.
Yeah, Yoko Taro saying that that Vanillaware is what makes Atlas like valuable to Japan. I know that also they said that there was like a shortage in Japan for the first week, so part of the sales were stunted just because of that.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, it didn't seem like it was a high-profile game for a lot of people. Yeah,
but they did like this cool side thing where if you bought it between the time it released in, I think, January 31st, you get a free copy of I forgot the name.
Princess Crown.
Yeah, Princess Crown, which I don't know what that is, but it's probably a fun game.
I have no idea.
I hope they do that over here.
When I first read that, I saw it as Dragon Crown, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. Then I was like, oh, it's not going to be that.
It's the prequel. I don't know. Maybe it is. I think that's all the sales data news. I don't really... I mean, I can make up some stuff. Dx2 was in the... was it also... What is it called? Where... It like... It goes up in the download rankings for the Play Store.
Yeah.
It did that multiple times, and it's crazy.
Probably because the anniversary event was pretty nice.
Yeah, I think it's 100% because of that.
Yes, yeah, that brought a lot of life into the game. I have never had so much of a full friend request queue.
Or the bad lag in the game. That was funny.
Yeah, the server got overloaded.
It's still lagging.
Crazy. Yeah, that was pretty annoying.
It lags for me right now, which is the worst part, because I'm trying to get that trying to get the brands.
Yeah, it keeps kicking me off in the middle of the brand missions, and I had to restart it. Oh. It's like, just let me auto this, please.
That sucks. Can't believe it's still doing that. Maybe put in a ticket and see if it's something wrong.
Could be. I don't know.
But to recap sort of everything that's been going on since then, briefly, there's the anniversary event. There was the Tenma, what is it called? The alternate Asura?
Yep. Asura Lord.
Asura Lord. Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Or in Japan, it would be called Asura Roared.
All right. I'll let you have that one. I'm going to continue on like an adult. Yeah, the Astro Lord event, which
There's Wake Masakato too. Forgot about him.
Oh yeah, alternate Masakato came out. A little.
He's Hero Masakato. First off, thank you very much.
Okay, whatever. Don't care. Didn't ask. Don't care.
And I rolled Yama.
What?
Oh, I got my Yanma.
Oh right, yeah.
Got panel 1 Indrajit.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
A lot of Tenma stuff, and then if you missed it for the one event, there was a cool little mini Aura Gate where you're in the little gymnasium kind of like office, or I don't know what that place was supposed to be.
It's like a warehouse, I think.
Yeah, it was a weird little area.
It was a warehouse, yeah.
But it was very it's a very small little area, and it's one of those first person Aura Gate things, which is kind of neat. A lot of free stuff since we've last talked that they've been giving out. A lot of events, a lot of stuff going on, but I'm sure it'll slow down now that we're into.
I like the event story too. It's pretty cute. Not cute, but I like it.
It's very, very, very chaos heavy.
I didn't even experience it.
Wow.
Basically, the Astro Lord was like, he was like a fedora atheist guy. And he owned everyone with facts and logic.
That is what happened too.
Yeah. He'd be like, hey, if you like not chaos so much, then how come you're fighting me right now? And then all the characters are like, oh my god, I can't argue with this. That's too smart. It's like if you ever fight anyone,
he's like, no,
that's chaotic, and you're just like me. And they're like, what if we're like him? What if we're just
him? Ran home crying.
Yeah, and then everyone stood up and clapped for Astro Lord. He was very, very smart. It's basically what the story was like. It was actually not bad. I'm exaggerating, but some of like the lack of a rebuttal to some of the points is like, what is going on?
Yeah, I like that they have the rebuttal right after it ends at the hideout.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay.
It's the spirit of the staircase.
I like the current event too. The Oni one.
Yeah, I hate it.
Hey, what?
Why? The Oni event right now.
Oh, and that story for that was actually kind of funny. It was okay.
Oh, I didn't read the story. I've never read any story.
Oh my gosh. Why are you here?
You missed the fidget spinner jokes?
I did the very first event, which I think was like you had to get cameras or something. I just hated it, so I just never read another story.
I hate it too.
I think they're good now.
They're much better now. I don't know if good is some of it's acceptable, I would say.
They're fun to watch. I won't say they're like well written, but they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
I watch all the Jack ones.
Oh yeah, that's
Pyro
true.
And all those.
I do watch the Halloween one, so I know that story.
The Jack and Pyro writing is very on point. It's also pretty simplistic. They're like stupid children.
Yeah, basically. Dumb kids doing dumb things.
Another thing they did is that UI overhaul.
Yes.
I really like it. I hated it at first because it's just new and I don't like new things. But it's really good. It's intuitive. It's easier to get places.
Yeah, and I'm not clicking like in areas where the button doesn't work.
Oh yeah, that's so annoying.
Yes. Yep.
You could have had the same thing in the old UI, right? If you press the plus button, it's like the same thing. Just they shifted around.
Yeah,
it's like they were these big squares and sometimes if you clicked on the edge or somewhere, it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, the like active region of the buttons didn't always line up with the actual display, which is very annoying. But yeah, it's much better now because I think in certain context menus, it's like you don't have to expand it because expanding it was another button press, and that's annoying.
They should have added a Democalypse button too. I don't like having to go to faction and Democalypse or whatever it's called.
You can go to events.
I don't want to.
You still have to click through like 4 things to get there.
One. No,
and then you have to click through 3 more just to get to the boss fight.
It's annoying.
Yeah, but it's like, it's an event and that's how the events work. I think it's okay being typed that way because it's not a permanent feature that's there every single day. So I think they're right here. I think you're both being haters. I think you're wrong. You just got asteroid lorded. What do you
Boo.
think?
Also, there's that other thing that's happening that just came out today, or the news broke today. The new Furin.
Oh yeah, the new. What does he call him? The translator? He's like oh man, I lost the link, but we were originally looking at the Famitsu reveal, and I used the Google Chrome Translate feature, and he's called like Gufu Rin instead of like Chu Lane.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that's supposed to be. I still don't.
Oh, I see it. It says Kufurin.
Yeah, Gufu Rin.
Because I mean, I think I've seen the Furin translation before, and I think that was in Jack Bros. They called it Furin instead of whatever.
Yeah, and one of the older it's one of the older games too. Is called that too. I don't remember which one.
And that's hilarious.
I do like that.
Genma Kufurin, different world. Japanese, like auto translate's funny.
It's mostly Google Chrome Translate is being stupid. Yes, so
he looks good. I mean, he looks ugly actually, but it's cool that he's coming.
He probably looks good in the game. They have a problem like that where sometimes the model when it's displayed outside the client looks crappy because it doesn't have like lighting or shadows or anything else. But usually the models look pretty good in the game.
I don't know. And then I don't like that his hair is like flowing because that tells me it's going to be permanently flowing, you know?
It's going to have like wind effects and it's going to be always like.
But so one of my gripes with Dx2 is that they always copy the original pose, and what the character will do is it'll animate out of the pose and it'll return back to the original pose, even if it's an awkward position.
Yeah.
A good example is the Jack Ripper. It's such a weird pose.
Yeah, I don't like the limited animations. Also, it's kind of annoying that there's like one animation for casting every single spell. I'm not asking for individual ones for a million different spells, but like you see the same one over and over again, and it looks kind of crappy, and it's like, this is boring.
You know what I hate too?
What?
When they do the animation. Their basic animation is one from the actual design that Kaneko drew, but like sometimes it looks really weird. But it'd be like the resting animation. Like some characters just like have weird poses and just stand there.
Sort of saying that. Yeah. They're awkward poses. Yeah.
It's very weird.
You brought up the sourcing, which is an interesting point. You didn't, so get better, Libero.
So, Furin's unique skill is called Clan's Fierce Dog.
Yep. Yeah, it's Fierce Dog. Everyone knows that. And he has what's his red awaken skill? Which one's that called?
Fissure Spear. No, awaken skill. It's Steroids Turbulent God.
Dude, that's a good skill, man.
These are all pretty great. Hayate of Dance. I don't know what it means, but I like it.
I think it's supposed to be war dance. That's my guess.
Shut up.
It is war dance, yes.
Shut up. Both of you shut up.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Enduring Soul is 9-word. What is that one? It's like
Indomitable Fighting Spirit?
Yeah. It's like way too many. Imagine that in like a phone screen as a skill. You're like, what the fuck does this say?
I don't know. They're all pretty good.
Yeah, they're very funny.
And the purple, by the way, it's not purple. It's exceptionally talented. It's red is called Red Ginseng. Yellow is Blessings, and teal is Boma. I don't know.
Boma Diaz.
Boma.
Yeah, well, we'll see what he's like when he comes out. He seems like basically a power creep on an existing concept, which is not anything new.
He seems pretty whack, bro. Let's be real.
500 gems for
Right.
him.
Yeah, give it the old 500. See if you get it, but you probably won't.
I'm not even wasting.
I'll get him. That's fine.
For the parchment, maybe, but like, come on, man. 12 hits. He's gonna miss. Let's be real. I meant Tome. Sorry, not parchment.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
they
Tomes.
don't do parchment anymore, man. Come on.
He's alternate. Come on now. It's gonna be tomes.
Are they going to combine all the tomes into one eventually? Because
That would be
this is
great.
ridiculous.
Never. They would not do that. They would not.
I honestly think they might for like the idea of like everything that's been released before this time period gets a tome. The tome of they're not going to call it this, but tome of 2018 to 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Boomer
Yeah, the
tome.
boomer tome, the ancient boomer
That would work,
text.
though, because they have like, unless they had like broke up the tomes they have right now, because they already have like tomes separated by like race and stuff. Like
That's how they're doing it now.
Yeah,
But I mean, look at when people were when the Tenma thing happened. So previous, it was every Tenma had their own tome, and people were saying time and time again, "Oh, they're going to combine the tomes, and they're only going to give you a combined pool of all the Tenma." So it's objectively worse because I can't work towards the one thing I want. If I want to go towards Indrajit, that's getting screwed up now because I can only pull from this collective pool of all the Tenma. But then look what happened. They combined the tomes and they offered individual summons. So you have the combined tome, but the individual summon of just that dude. And so just Indrajit.
I didn't even. I'm still like 50 or 80 tomes away from being able to do that. Absolutely, and I'm mad.
Well,
The Tenma, I was.
Oh, why? Why didn't you roll for it? Didn't you have gems?
No, I didn't have gems.
Oh, really? You ran, what, your
This is
paycheck didn't get wired to Sega on time?
Die, Neb. You can die. Stop
Bro, I
living.
keep telling you, you keep spending 500 gems each time for no reason at all.
Yeah,
For
you're a gambler, man.
You gotta
I'm
save your
not.
Gems, like,
I'm.
My gambles work out pretty good, actually.
Well, not anymore. I don't get anything I want anymore, so I'm not going to get this Furin.
Kufurin.
do you want him?
No, I don't.
He seems pretty trash. Let's be honest. Like, I'm not buying this.
He seems like
Yeah.
good, but he's just like he's not stupidly game changing like Masakato was and sort of still is.
Or Souza A. Oh my god.
He's pretty
Masakato.
brutal, but I don't think he's that good.
Yeah, I don't think Sister A is that bad.
It's because people don't build them right. When I'm forced to pass, because my team, one of my structures, I rely on passing. If that Souza A sucks, then they'll just miss or they'll do nothing. Or if that Souza is good, they'll do like 500 damage each time, and that's like not okay for my fragile team. So it's really dependent on how sucky.
He's strong too. He's no joke.
He's strong, but he's glass cannon. But know,
he'll fuck you up.
Just dodge. Just dodge, bro. Just dodge.
Yeah, just have 100% dodge. That's the problem.
Okay, shut up. No, what I do is I use Indrajit and then I just let him hit him a bunch of times. It's crazy because he goes away.
Yeah.
Indrajit has a delete button. It's crazy.
Yes, he can do a lot of damage. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it with DX2.
No, there's a fan meetup.
Oh yeah, fan meetup. In
so if you're going to be in Japan, between the 15th and 17th of February, definitely try to go to this meetup that you have to sign up for in advance. It's interesting that they're doing it. So that's it. The site has like no info. But if it's like last year, then they're gonna have like exclusive food and merch.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
You should buy me gems on sale, bro.
It'd be cool if they give you like real life gems. Like even if it's like a 3D printed gem, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be neat. I want one of those now.
Did they give out like a Pixie or something?
They gave out
cards from 7-Eleven.
I know they for sure gave out the drinks that you get to refill your stamina and whatever.
Okay.
They
Monster Dew? They call it Monster Dew, something like that?
Monster Dew and Muscle Drink or whatever.
Hell
those are always nice to have.
Yeah, they had those two things, and then they had the Hell Buns. And I think you're right. They gave out a special Pixie or whatever with a QR code or something. I don't remember.
Pixie with Megiddo on.
It might be, but hopefully this year they have cooler things. The fact that they haven't updated their site and they've announced it almost 2 months ago, I think it's kind of weird, but who knows?
Well, it's Sega. Who could possibly tell what they're going to do?
Yeah, Sega and Alice are a good company combination because they're both super unpredictable and super bad at making choices.
Supremely so.
I guess we could talk about the merch.
Yeah, give us the merch.
All the
news.
delayed merch.
Yeah, so I guess the things that are delayed, Jack Frost figure set that includes Black Frost, so that's what makes it worth buying. It's been delayed. It was supposed to come out January, right?
Yeah, I think mid-January.
The I pre-ordered it directly from Good Smile. Was it Good Smile? Dang, I don't remember. But
Kuchi.
It don't matter. It's not coming out when I want it to. So stay tuned for that.
Great.
We also still have no word on when Kaneko Works 9 is coming out. So if you're excited for that, just kind of wait longer. That's the one that has DDS art, Makin art, and Raito art.
All right,
So the one everyone's been waiting for.
Yeah, I want
forever.
that one. That actually sounds
exactly.
tight. I've never cared about a single one of these until now.
I pray that it has like some cool Raito art that I haven't seen.
Probably will. I mean,
does that mean 10 will have Strange Journey?
I think that's all that's left is like Strange Journey. Like, I don't remember if 8 had the redone art for. No, never mind. Dang, I don't know. Maybe it might have like Strange Journey in his collabs that he did.
Maybe.
Because that would be very nice to have Strange Journey art. And then there's more line stickers. So for like the 4 people that actually care about line, that's cool. And they also did a set of Jack Frost plushes that they released as claw machine prizes. So if you're in Japan, go to claw machines. I've seen them already reselling, so people are winning them all. So I guess they must be easy to win because people are only selling the full set for like $30 to $50. So it's 4 plushes for $50. I think that's a really good deal considering one gigantic Jack Frost is $50. They just look.
Buy them?
I bought them.
I'm assuming they might bring these over eventually.
They might. They look better than the anniversary plushes that they had in claw machines. Like it was Alice, the fox from from SMT4, right?
Churro?
Yeah, Churro, and Jack and Pyro.
Weed Fox.
Yeah, Weed Fox.
Yeah.
But and then lastly, Persona 5 manga is coming in English, so go ahead and buy that, I guess.
Yes, a preview up.
Took them way too long to release that, I think.
When did it first come out? Like 2018 or 2019?
I think earlier than that.
I mean, either way. Oh, it came out 2016.
Yeah, so too long.
I love that it took that long. That's funny.
Awful. I wonder we never get the mangas.
But it's also the artist who did the Persona 4 Arena Ultimax manga, which I think is barely finishing or barely finished recently. So
busy.
Yeah, I mean, no wonder why Joker kind of looks like that redhead guy from Arena.
Yeah, he looks a bit like Sho.
Yeah,
Sho also looks like you, though. You know, Akami.
Oh, yeah?
Got the same haircut. K-pop band boy haircut.
I like the bald guy in page 20 of the preview. Because he looks exactly like Sojiro, and Sojiro's in the next panel, so that's funny. But yeah, it's worth getting. It's like $6, I think, for the first manga. That might be the digital only price, though.
Yeah, it's not really worth buying the digital one.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
You could just read the
Some
sample
people
5 times and get as many pages, probably.
or just
Wait for the volume release.
wait for someone to do a YouTube reading of it.
Sweet.
No.
Can't wait.
In other news, I guess we can talk about community stuff. So there's one really sad thing that happened. Tom is no longer with us.
You mean Tom from Facebook or MySpace?
Wow, you already messed up the joke, so it's not funny.
It was funny to me.
But yeah, Translator Tom, he hung up his hat and he's deleted his social media, including his YouTube channel, which had a bunch of archived mobile games that no one has ever seen. So that's all gone. That's due to that whole situation with Goemon.
Yeah, let's breach that subject. So, what was the core controversy?
Broach?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Breach. I don't give a shit. You want to fight? I'll fuck you up.
Die.
Fight so bad today.
Neb is just angry. It's probably part of the moon cycle.
I don't.
The boomer cycle.
Over here, we don't believe in astrology. Sorry.
Well, us dragons believe.
Okay.
We do?
Who wants to explain the Goemon thing? Because it's a lot to talk about.
I don't know. It was like there was a bad word that he translated that people didn't like, right?
Yeah, basically. So it has a joke at the expense of transgender people, and he used the word tranny as a translation for the word new half, both words being offensive to some people. And it basically blew up on all the places where dumb people like congregate. So Twitter, Reset Era, and NeoGAF. So all those places were mad, and he was just like, "What the heck?" So he put out a statement saying like, "Yikes!" that's like the thing that young people say now.
They say oof, or
oof.
A big oof.
And then he was like, and then people were like, in current year that this is not acceptable.
Yes.
So year of our Lord AD.
Yeah, I didn't read like everything about this, but I know there were people who were like, well, the solution is you just change the translation to not reflect what's being said. It's like at that point, is that translation? That's not translation.
That's localization, in my opinion.
That's even worse than localization, isn't it? Because like localizing something is like making it more familiar. Like the one joke I saw on some comics I made was like a joke about how Ace Attorney is localized or something, and it's a scene where the main guy is trying to have a conversation, and some girl character is like gesturing towards like a bowl of rice and like, eat your hamburger now, Phoenix. Like stuff like that to make stuff more familiar to the locale. But like replacing a word entirely or phrase entirely with something that's unrelated or not the same doesn't, it's one thing to change something to be more familiar, and it's another thing to be like, we're going to remove this piece of material because it's aged poorly. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more than that joke that's aged poorly.
Yeah, there's basically they make that same exact joke like 20 times. I'm playing through Goemon 2, which is not the one that people got mad at. They got mad at Goemon 3. They both got released at the same time. In Goemon 2, there's this hilariously like weird scene where you go inside of the hot spring area, and you see like a group of like attractive women like who are nude, and they're all covering their faces, and after your dialogue exchange, they remove the towels that are covering their faces, and they're all guys basically. So it was like this big setup for them just to all be guys who look like attractive girls,
and then it's like a gay panic thing.
And they do that a lot in Goemon, because they do that a lot in Goemon, because Goemon's Great Adventure has that exact same joke. this girl asks you for money, you give her money, she removes the fan that was covering her face. It's actually a guy. It's such a common thing in Goemon. So this is a weird thing. But it happened. People are mad. I think
it's even its own genre. It happens so often in media.
Yeah. And like with all being said and done, like there are some ways that you could have went around it. The thing that I was thinking about the most is just leaving New Half in, because people seem to not understand that New Half is offensive. So I think that New Half being in there would have placated most people, because then no one would have known what was being said and no one would have got mad.
Yeah. There is that too.
Yeah, that would be an acceptable sort of compromise, because you're actually translating what was said, not just pretending that, the time before us was a lot worse and not progressive.
Yeah. It's like let's re-release Song of the South, but let's cut out all the
all right. I don't know live action scenes. We cut out this part of the podcast.
So what they do is they don't leave it untranslated and leave a paragraph at the bottom of the screen for translation notes.
Yeah.
Yes.
or that Warner Brothers thing in the beginning of the translation when you
yeah. Put that at the beginning.
But yeah, that was a bit of thing that happened, and it sucks. But I think that you're right. Neb earlier said that Tom will probably come back, and I think that's probably what will happen, because he said he was going to quit before.
I don't think it was even that major of a thing. I don't think this chick got picked up by any sort of news outlet. There's no
It did.
Really? Which one?
All the weeb ones.
Well, not one that matters. Not one that has big time journalist with an axe to grind. He's looking for a new head to mount on the wall. So if he's not dealing with that kind of heat, I'm sure he'll be back soon. Sooner than later, rather.
Just make sure that Kotaku doesn't find out.
Sure. They're getting emails right now because of that.
What?
Emails right now because of that. Jinxed it.
I'm reminded of the R word debacle. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, that was.
I was supposed to think about that laugh. That one is so good. We'll post a link to that in the description so everyone can relive this moment of joy with me.
Yeah. What else is happening in the community? Oh, that Persona 3 remake hashtag.
We need a Persona 5 remake, guys. It's been too long.
Another one?
But basically, people planned to they planned to just bombard Twitter with a hashtag, calling for a remake of Persona 3, which is the most deserving remake that fans really want.
Right.
Definitely not Persona 1.
No.
And it blew up. It blew up, and the worst part of it is that it was the most obnoxious thing I've seen people who like Persona do ever.
That's a really high bar to get over.
Yeah. I mean, did you guys look at Twitter at that time?
Yeah.
No.
Of course not.
Well, okay. I guess only I did. So yeah, it was pretty bad. I think we talked about the origin earlier, not on here. Different time. Basically, I think people started as almost a joke or a parody or something. They were like, wouldn't it be funny if we did this? But the number of people sincerely writing out a laundry list of reasons why the game deserves a remake was what is wrong with you? It's this.
The reason is they don't want to play an old game.
Yeah, well, they do want to play an old game. They just don't want to play one that looks kind of ugly, which even doesn't look that bad with current emulation options.
Looks fine to me.
It looks fine. If you're some kind of I hate emulation person or whatever, then you could still pop it into your PS3, right? It'll up-res it or whatever. It'll do the emulation thing.
It's just funny because this, unlike the Tom thing, this actually got press and people posted their takes and whatever. But it's just hilarious. IGN made a post that was literally just saying that a remake isn't happening. This is just a Twitter thing.
Yeah.
And then this other place that I've never heard of called ccn.com, they decided to like say that Persona 3 has one glaring flaw that it needs to get fixed.
Oh, I saw that too. That article's hilarious.
A lot of the articles I saw felt like copy-pasted tweets. They weren't, I don't know.
No, this one tries to be something, but it's just a bad
Really?
article. It's so bad. A remake makes lots of sense, considering how fragmented the game is.
What's that even mean?
Oh, the 3 different versions?
Persona 3 is a gem, one that is worthy of being played by new fans. Unfortunately, the game doesn't get as much love as Persona 4 or 5. Yeah, it's just a dumb article. I want to put that in the description.
Love is Persona 4 or 5? When has Persona 3 gotten any less love than Persona 4 in the past, 5 years? It's included
isn't
in
it like
PQ just as much. PQ2.
PQ2 sold horribly, and so did Dancing Moonlight.
Oh, yeah.
So where are you at, P3 fans? You're not supporting the scene.
I will say... Sorry, I coughed. I will say that when I go to the Persona meetups that they do at Anime Expo each year, it went from P3 dominating to, of course, P4 dominated for its reign. But now when you're a P3 cosplayer, people don't know who you are. And I think that's hilarious.
That is very funny.
It's beautiful.
That's pretty funny. That is funny. That is almost a punchline that writes itself, though.
But I love that. There was a girl who was cosplaying as Girl Protag, and people were just like, "Oh, who are you?"
I love those headphones.
It could have been now that I say it out loud, maybe they're just making a joke about them not being canon. Oh man.
Maybe, but Hamako isn't really that well known compared to what do you call him, Makoto or Minato?
I just call them boy and girl.
Headphone.
Boy and girl. What is this? What is that movie with her name?
Girl with no looking movie. Bird Box.
Bird Box. Bird Box.
What does that do with this? Am I having a stroke? What's going on?
Because she calls her kids boy and girl because
right.
I don't know why. Okay. I forgot why.
She refuses to name them because she
it's
isn't
an emotional. She doesn't want to get overwhelmed.
It's very unsubtle.
No, that's an actual thing people do too, or people used to do.
You gotta keep Sandra Bullock with these young guys. She's a predator. You know?
Oh, okay.
She got cheated on by that racist guy, though.
I don't
know. I don't know. We were not here to talk about Sandra Bullock.
Welcome to the Sandra Bullock and also SMT podcast.
But I will say that she has a cosplay of Nanashi from Persona 1 and 2.
What?
Because in Bird Box, she wears the blindfold. She has black hair just like him. You're dumb. You're not a real fan. You would have got it.
Are you on drugs?
This is headcanon.
So there's another person named Nanashi in Megaten, but the Nanashi I'm talking about is from Persona 1 and 2.
Oh, I don't care about Persona 2. That's a garbage game. And I didn't play 1. Sorry.
Well, it's based on you, so.
So a bunch of hips. Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah, I've seen it. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's literally how Sandra Bullock looks.
He's a piano guy, right?
Yeah, he's playing the piano.
He sucks. I hate him. That's probably
the nameless piano player.
Yeah, basically, and he looks like Sandra Bullock. So
that's the worst reference. Anyway, I think even if I had played Persona 2 recently, I still wouldn't have pulled this reference up and what the fuck are you talking about?
All right, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
And since
really?
Glib, we have a Glib quota to meet, so this is gonna be Glib talking.
Yeah, all right, Glib. This is tell us about this thing. I actually don't even know how to approach the topic, but you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. I'm not that familiar with it, so I'm just gonna go with that, I guess. Okay. Perfect. Basically, I'm in a bunch of Megaten Discord servers, and this person I see a lot, and they have a project which is like a Megaten card game. It's a fan game thing. It's called it's like Akuma Cards Battle RE Redux. I don't know, whatever.
Akuma card battle.
Yeah. Okay. Is it?
Akuma?
That was a cool one.
I like it.
It's Akuma.
It is for real. I feel like I'm getting goofed on right now. Whatever. Anyway, they added the translated script of SMT9 to their game. So if you don't want to like wait for the never coming patch for the Xbox game, you can play this in their card game if you want to.
Oh, okay. So they're putting it into sort of their own creation.
Yes.
But in the form of a book, like a in-game book.
I think it's like a story mode type thing. Where you can
Got
play
it.
with the gameplay. Yeah.
But I like 9's gameplay.
Anyone's saying the gameplay is
Play
better.
9.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard that.
I guess we'll leave the video for the chapter 1 thing in the description. Okay, and that's it for Glib. He doesn't have to talk anymore.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Got our quota.
You know you have to talk.
Yeah, you'll be talking soon because we don't have anything else, right?
No, that's it.
Because now we're moving on to questions. These questions are all sourced from Facebook, I believe. Actually, there's a couple Twitter. There's a couple Twitter.
There's a couple tweets.
All right, so we'll start with the Facebook section. From Matthew Patterson, we have, you can unite the SMT/Persona fandom at the cost of never being able to play a game in either franchise again, past, present, and future. Do you do it?
No, I don't care.
Okay,
well, why?
I don't want to.
Yeah, give
me one reason. Why should I care?
So that means I can just play Re-Fantasy and Radiant Historian Etrian?
And Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Get that out of here. Okay, the answer is no.
For all time. I don't know what constitutes. God, what the fuck is wrong with it? Constitutes uniting? What does that mean?
Everyone stop fighting, I guess.
Why would they? What would it mean?
Are we going to be all stuck in one room? Because that's not going to work for me.
So they're going to be friendly to each other now?
I think that's what they mean, yeah.
They're going to have one of those convention orgies, bro.
Oh, boy.
Does this mean I have to engage in canon discussions?
Yeah, everyone gets to make their own timeline, and you have to respect it. They're gonna make cross timelines for everything.
Wait till the multiverse waifu conversations.
Yeah.
Together as one.
Sword Art Online is now
how
canon.
The Incredible Hulk fits into Jack Bros. All right, thank you. No. We are all gonna pass, hard pass, I think, from everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
Bring the strife. This is a very chaos mode episode. Okay, so next up we have Juan Antonio Juarez Rodriguez, who writes in asking, how do magnets work? He. No, seriously, is there any hope that we will get a new teaser trailer of SMT5? Follow-up question, have you seen the SMT versus Super Monkey Ball memes? I'm going to start us off by saying no, and also what? So the second one.
You haven't seen those?
No.
You haven't seen those for real?
No, what does that
mean? They're so bad. If I could find one for you real quick, I would, but they're just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so weird.
Is it like those really weird, like extremely low effort South American memes that are like, yes. Yeah, it's like deep fried voice.
It's like the new version of Chad versus Virgin memes.
Okay.
But instead of Chad, it's Super Monkey Ball, and Virgin is SMT. I don't really get the point, but that's what it is.
That actually sounds pretty good. I mean, I hate it, but it sounds pretty good. Does anyone else want to comment on Super Monkey Ball versus SMT memes?
Those memes are bad.
Okay.
Like they're forced. Like I hate when people just rally around something that's not funny. It's funny because it's absurd. Like I hate that. It's not funny.
It's a very Zoomer mentality. So you're a little too old for that, I think.
Yeah.
Am I seeing
it?
Correspond?
Get it out of my face.
Well, we're mixed here. You know, half I'm open to it. Glib loves it. The other two do not like it at all. And then
I didn't say I liked it. It's just like I don't get it.
oh, okay.
It's funny to laugh at.
I don't get it either.
Well, we'll answer the actual question. Any hope we'll get a new teaser trailer of SMT5? Now, there's no timeline mentioned here. So, is there any hope that we will get a new teaser trailer? I think by definition, yes. Unless Atlas explodes, we will.
Is it a possibility? Yes. Are we going to get it? No.
This year? Maybe not.
I could see
don't think so.
getting a teaser this year, but I like to make very outlandish guesses. So
Sure.
Don't want to make any expectations.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care. If it comes out when it comes out, I'm not buying it.
Exactly.
I posted a lot of Super Monkey Ball memes, and you guys haven't said anything. Please respond.
I see them. I saw them all, but I know what to say.
Okay. All right.
We know a follow-up report is coming for 5 sometime eventually, since they tweeted about it. But I don't think it's going to be anything major,
Yeah.
as
I
usual.
kind of like these. They're okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Basically, like, yeah, it's like dunking on SMT for no reason. That's cool. I respect that.
There's better ways to say that SMT is bad than this.
Sure.
Like these memes, Neb?
You're okay.
Neb is a zoomer.
I try to fit in with the culture, you know. I'm like that Steve Buscemi picture. He has the skateboard. All right. Next question is by Pedro Alaminos G. He writes in asking, should alignments other than law, chaos, and neutral be introduced in these last few games? Oh, no. Sorry, I misread. Should alignments other than law, chaos, and neutral introduced in these last few games be kept in future installments?
No.
Okay.
We already have a spectrum
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
alignments.
I guess he's talking about like white and
Isn't that neutral?
I don't know.
It's like super neutral. It's like true neutral.
What are the other alignments he's really talking about? That I'm not sure I understand. Like,
Maybe it means reasons too.
you know,
Yeah, those are still alignments too, though. They still align.
Yeah.
with-
Just change the name. I don't see if people don't get it.
Yeah, that's basically what they do. They just change the name and say it's a different thing, and people go, "Wow, this Masubi thing I've never heard of."
They're just small brain. They don't get it.
But I like the 9 alignments in general for like D&D, and I like that sometimes they do something similar to that.
Strange Journey had it in its mechanics.
Yeah,
yeah.
They had the light and the dark and the law, chaos, neutral.
Yeah, I like the full grid that they do, and the party building restrictions were cool.
when I said that, someone was like, "No, they're not. Why would you want them to be restricted?" And they sound like that too.
Wow, it sounds like you're making fun of this as a disability. It's not nice.
No,
That's one of the students at school.
Way to dox me, Glib.
I really like the restrictions, actually. I don't like it when it's open, like
Yeah,
in
like
4.
4 was too
Or
easy.
Strange
4
Journey
and
Redux.
Apocalypse were like, I was just cruising.
Yeah, Redux or
I mean,
it has
Redux has a lot of restrictions.
No, I mean it does, but it gives you things to like circumnavigate it. Especially if you opt into the
navigate.
I'm sorry that I'm using words that you don't understand, even though you're using words that you don't understand. Dumb.
The circle is a globe.
Yeah.
Circumnavigate.
You want to travel across the entire issue?
Oh, you're stupid, Neb. I can't believe I hate you this much.
All right. Well,
what were we talking about?
Alignments other than LNC or LCN, I guess. I don't care. CNL.
To sail or travel all the way around something. To go around or avoid an obstacle. Avoid dealing.
I have that song in my head.
Yeah, which one is number 1? Mine.
Number one is yours.
Yeah, I know.
But the other 2 are what I used it for.
Okay, no one uses secondary definitions. That's why they're secondary.
I do.
It's for people like you who have to be like, oh, hold on 1 second.
No, because it's not my fault that you. Not my fault. You don't know the connotations of a
All right,
word.
listen, I'll buy you
Stupid.
hooked on phonics, but first we have to get to this next question by Ted Stabile, who writes in asking, "What are your hopes for SMT5? What shouldn't carry over from the previous games?" Now, I want to preface this by saying I was looking at the questions and I was like, "Wow, we have a bunch of new ones." This is not a new one. We've been fielding this for what feels like years, but is probably just a year. Spider, you go first.
I hope the heroine isn't Asahi 2.0.
Right, that's a good one.
You said that last time.
Well,
Same
saying it again
question,
because it
same
needs
answer.
emphasis.
Anyone else?
Glib answer.
You know?
Circumnavigate.
SMT5.
Yeah, we don't circumnavigate this one.
Okay. SMT5 should be SMT1 too. Thank you.
Okay.
I can't remember what I said last time.
I don't know.
I just wanted to not suck like 4 and 4A in terms of being easy to break.
Yeah.
I just want it to be a fun, well-designed game, even if they focus more on the aesthetics and story than the gameplay. If it means that that's better and they have to sacrifice that, or they do it the other way around where the gameplay is really good and the story kind of sucks. Do one of those two
Since
things.
when is SMT well designed?
Nocturne, Strange Journey,
Wow,
Jack
okay,
Bro.
boomer.
Okay.
Only one of those games is good. First off,
Oh, Persona 4
Whoa.
was really good too. It was well designed.
yikes!
Yeah, that's good.
Yikes!
You're just mad because you don't have a little sister like Nanako.
I don't like where this is going. I think
What?
we need to eject.
Yeah, I don't like this either.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on. I do want to, since that just reminded me of something that creeped me out today.
Okay.
Someone responded to one of my videos.
Mhm.
They said that Nanako is sexy, and I
Great.
think that's hilarious.
Perfect. FBI, I swear, this is all satire. Not us.
This is the fan base.
That's what happens when I make Persona centric videos. People respond to it like that.
Typical Persona fan.
Okay,
Right.
but I forgot. Oh, Neb, you didn't say what you were
Yeah.
gonna.
I'm
change.
trying to recollect what I said. I think I said bigger party sizes would be cool. Although that has the problem of making fights way longer than they should be. But you can, I don't know. It would be nice to see. Maybe have some missions where you can do that, or certain types of the gameplay where you bring in big parties. That'd be fun. I like that stuff with the old games.
It'd be cool. I agree.
But
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe it'll be just 2 demons.
I think you said that exact same thing last time too.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at
I mentioned
remembering.
it before because we talked about like what we wanted back from old games. That's what we talked about before.
Yeah, I think specifically that version of that question we fielded 90 times was
Yeah.
specifically what from the old ones. Although that's sort of what this one is. What shouldn't carry over. Yeah, press turn should stay as it is, basically. Spells shouldn't miss. That's retarded. Don't do that.
It should give me Dx2 press turn. That's the good stuff right there.
Yeah, Dx2 is a good reminder.
Oh yeah.
You don't lose everything by hitting certain things. All right, anyway. Yeah. So, Raphael... Well, he has an umlaut. Raphael Iruta Goemon? That's a hard one. That's like a tongue twister. Why is Pyrojack the best demon? LaRue, please address this question.
Because he makes good pumpkin pie.
There's an answer that's unanimous amongst the podcast crew, and I think it's safe to say that holy. Oh, okay. I thought we were all gonna do it, but okay,
I tried to, but these two.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I don't get it.
Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost is the best demon.
I didn't accept
Yeah.
He is the best.
You're all right.
So-
Holy Ghost is the best.
Look at that.
Is he ever in any Kaneko works? Is he featured in any?
He's so actually Kaneko did a I forgot what it's called, but that night of the wandering spirit thing, you know what I'm talking about, where it's a procession of demons.
Yeah.
So he did. There's a print of that you can buy. I got mine for $50. And he's actually featured in that. It's really nice too. It's a lot better than Doy's, but Doy's is pretty good too.
Didn't he actually tweet about Holy Ghost once too, or something?
Yeah, he said he would live with Holy Ghost. That's good.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think that's what really galvanized us towards Holy Ghost. We're just imagining him as a very respectful roommate. Chill bloke to hang out with.
Did you say bloke?
Yeah, man. You heard me. You want to look
It's
that
just
up
so
too?
funny to me.
That's what I thought.
Okay, I will.
It's just so funny to me imagining Kaneko looking up the term Holy Ghost and then thinking it's just a Holy Ghost.
Yeah. The stupid sheep ghost.
At least he's not Swiss cheese.
Yes.
That's true.
So I hope we answered your question as to why Pyrojack is the best demon. Thank you. Next one. Spencer Presley writes in and asks,
The ghost of Pyrojack
yes,
passed.
the Holy Ghost of Pyrojack's past. Spencer Presley writes in and asks, do you miss swimsuit DLC for TMS? Crying emoji.
Yeah, bro. Give me more.
I do not. I mean, they always have swimsuit DLC, don't they?
I think they didn't have it in this one, is what he's saying, but I don't know because I can't play it. I have TMS Encore, but I don't have a Switch.
Interesting.
Wow. You could have gave me your copy.
What? No.
Now, give me it. Send it to me now.
I think I'm never gonna open it. It's a collectible now.
Wow. Insane. Greedy.
One of the only 10,000 people ever buy it.
Yeah.
I'll wait till it's on sale, though. I don't care.
I'll wait until Switches are on sale. How about that? All right. Next question comes from also Pedro Alaminos G. He had another question earlier. Should the white return as characters or concept in future games? Glib.
As characters, no. As a concept, yes.
Okay.
You mean as neutral as a concept? Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's not what the question was. But Spider, please go ahead.
I don't think it'll return, but a similar theme might return.
Yeah, I like the concept a lot. I mean, the idea that you can just opt out of the options you're being given. You just call me a simp?
Yeah.
Kick your ass.
There are other games where they
simping
have
for the world.
I'm dying.
Okay.
Lucifer wrote this post. All right.
There are other games that have a similar ending too, where you kind of just don't do anything.
Check out. You're like, nope.
Give up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like Demon ending in Nocturne and that one ending in Desu.
Yeah, that's true.
Simp ending.
Oh my god. That's the next question.
What's the jean jacket girl from Nocturne? Isn't that the simp ending? You're just simping for her really hard. Oh, I gotta dunk on people who like her now. That's so funny.
That's the longest I've laughed in a episode.
Yeah, that's some good.
Does that make the Angels White Knights then?
Yes. True simp ending.
Glib, control yourself.
Oh man,
I can't.
this is a tough one. Okay, next question comes from Sinai Garcia. What are the circumstances surrounding that weird SMT1 port we got a few years ago? Can't buy it anymore. They only did one game, never updated. I believe this is in reference to the iOS game. Spider,
Yeah. It flopped, so they stopped supporting it.
Did it really flop?
Yeah, that's what I remember.
That's what I heard too.
That is a weird idea, though.
I keep
That's why they decided not to do 2.
Just like drop
I haven't
keep
finished
age-old
though.
JRPG on the iPad. Because that's the only place it was available for a while, right? Was it available on iPhones too?
it was available on
Apple-
iPhones. Yeah,
iPhone 2?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, iPhone 2.
Jeez.
Sorry, I was trying to remember. It's been a while.
I honestly don't remember either. I just remember. I mean, I know that they had it for phones, and I know they had it for iPads. And at some update, it just stopped working. And I remember reading about why they are about them talking about SMT2 ports for the iOS, but the way that they respond is basically like we have no statement regarding that, and I don't know what that means. If it's a joke that I don't understand or what.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. Oh, it's weird that they would remove it. Like, it doesn't cost you like a license update to like renew the game on the Apple Store, does it?
I don't know.
Just, like,
I don't know how
optics. We're like, oh, this failed, so we have to remove it, so it looks bad if it stays up or something.
They'd have to update it so it runs with the current hardware.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
So they basically just let it rot until it no longer worked.
Yeah, and I've heard people say a lot that it flopped hard, but I never saw like the stats of the sales. I mean, I don't think Atlas USA ever publishes that information, but it's believable. I mean, iOS is a bad like system.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a good release, especially for niche iOS or a niche game like this.
There's a reason Steve Jobs died. The next question is from Diego Vincent, who asks, what are your thoughts about the Law and Chaos hero ideas? Do you believe Walter and Jonathan deserves to be their equivalent? Yes. Hold on, this part's tough. Do you believe? Oh, okay. I think he's saying, like, should Walter and Jonathan be compared to the original game's Law and Chaos heroes? Like, are they well fleshed out? Are they as good, do you think? Glib, you talk about Law Hero a lot. You take this one first.
This is a weird question to me. I don't know. Like,
well, how do you feel about? Well, did you play SMT4?
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about Walter and Jonathan repping Chaos and Law as well as the original people were in the old times?
I feel like Walter and Chaos Hero from 1 are kind of different to me, because I feel like Chaos Hero from SMT1 is just kind of like a stereotype. He's just kind of funny to listen to because he looks like a school shooter. It's pretty hilarious.
It looks like one too. That coat he has.
He does.
Yeah,
it's his coat. He has a trench coat. Yeah. Like, he wonders why he gets bullied too. It's hilarious to me. But Jonathan's different to me too. I don't know how to describe him. He seems like neutral almost to me sometimes.
Yeah, the way they express Law in 4 a lot is with like manners, but like,
yeah,
that just comes across as like Walter just being a douchebag for no real good reason, and Jonathan just being like a good guy or whatever. Like, he's just telling people not to like. He's like, stop being a horny idiot and other stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. He doesn't seem. He's not like in Strange Journey. The Law rep was like, "Damn, lady, like you have a screw loose," But it doesn't feel that bad until like really late in SD4. You're like, oh, now you're committed to the bit and you're crazy. Okay.
It felt almost like they tried to make him a real character for a while.
Sure.
But then they like went off the deep end by the end. But
How about you folks? What do you think?
Think about what?
I think they're designed to be similar. Like, it's very obvious that 1 was a big inspiration for 4 setting and all that, and I think they even borrowed a bit from 2 as well. The actual like character bits are different, but the roles are similar.
Right.
Yeah, I think there was something even about how the names Walter and Jonathan were supposed to be like a play on Wario and what's the Law hero? Yugioh?
Oh.
Shut up. Sorry. Cool. Mid conversation, I found someone who did a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan art in the style of Kaneko, and it's really funny.
Oh, I hate this.
They're pretty
man.
cursed.
Yeah, this is that top Yugi. Oh man, that's bad.
I feel like a lot of this is traced, like they copied straight up, and then they just did the Yugi like hairstyle and stuff.
Put a link to some of this in the description. I think people need to see this. This is very concerning. Oh
Pretty good trace jobs, though.
Okay, hold on, wait. I want you to see the Egypt version of Yugi. It's so
Glib,
funny.
would you say Luru is posting cringe right now? Would you say?
Yes, I would.
Just wanted to check.
This is hilarious.
All right. We only have 2 more questions.
Bruh.
Please stop cursing. Oh, that was bad. Oh, geez.
He looks like an e-boy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think they're funny.
When I DM my Persona 2 fan e-girl wife.
I want these as demons now. As cameos. Can I get this now? Can we have this now?
We have to stop. Okay, it's 2 more. Sluggin.
This will be the thumbnail.
Twitter.
Is these
Asked IDK about questions, but I feel like a good and relevant topic of conversation would be why people insist on comparing TMS FE to Persona when it's so obviously more similar to several other spin-offs and mainline games.
Waifus.
Okay. I didn't play
That's the
TMS at
answer.
all, so I cannot weigh in. How about you guys?
Can you? So, I mean,
Basically
waifus is the best summary. To be
Yeah.
honest, I was gonna do like a well thought out response, but it's easier to just say wife.
Well, why don't you give it a shot? Just a little bit.
Repeat the question. But
Basically,
this time,
the idea is they're saying, why do people compare TMS to Persona so much when it's more similar to other spin-offs and also mainline games?
it's because that requires playing the game to understand.
True.
That's like the most blunt way to put it. The game really is strongly, like, in terms of gameplay, it resembles Digital Devil Saga the most, with like touches of Strange Journey throughout. But because people associate tone with what it's similar to, they think, oh, the tone of this game is pretty light and it's very bright. So it's definitely like Persona. And it also has waifu, so it's like Persona. It's kind of like when people play a hard game and they go, "Oh, it's just like Dark Souls because it's so difficult." And it's not a very nuanced approach to forming an opinion or assessing something.
Right.
And that's that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot
Yeah,
of
it
sense.
seems like this person is talking more about the gameplay side of things. It definitely seems more, just from what I've seen, more lighthearted and, modern themed. It's not about an apocalypse or anything, right? So I could see why people would compare it more to Persona, at least tonally.
I mean, it's hard to explain, but basically, there's another world where Fire Emblem exists.
Okay. Sounds like an apocalypse to me. All right, final question. This is only for Glib. This is by @Drefcott on Twitter. Why is Glib not talking?
You can't have too much of a good thing, my guy.
You were cooking this one up. Okay. It's a load of bullshit you just served us.
I kind of hate that response.
Yeah.
Oh, you mad?
Unsatisfying.
You hating on me?
Okay, well, I think that's about it, folks. Does anyone else have anything else?
No, I want to go to sleep.
All
It's late.
Wow. Well, I am busy looking at very interesting Yu-Gi-Oh fan art. That's what I think everyone should take away from this, is that there's Yu-Gi-Oh fan art out there that looks like Kaneko fan art, and it's amazing.
We'll post in the description for you to cringe with us.
It's gonna be the thumbnail.
I hate this
Do
existence.
the Merrick one, the Yami Merrick one.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
That's the best
This has
one.
been-
He has Broly hair.
For the Hello Fellow Megatennists podcast. This is Neb signing off with my friend LaRue,
Bye.
Spider,
Good
and
night.
Never Silent Glib.
Adios.
Christ.